Hey guys, what's going on? It's Karl here, back with another episode. This one is super different. I'm sure you can tell from the title, and I've been teasing this over on social in a couple of my past videos. And I'm sure you've all seen the artwork that kind of sits on top of this studio. I even had it in my older studio setup. I've promised to make it available for you guys to purchase. I think that time has finally come, and this aligned perfectly with Wix, who actually reached out to me, wanted to partner up and to create a website. I thought it would be dope to not only create a website to expand the entire YouTube business, but to make those prints available to purchase. And I'm not trying to make a ton of money on this, it's just something that I happen to do on the side, whether it's designing some cool Zelda related stuff, I've got some Star Wars stuff, and maybe if you guys have any suggestions what kind of art that I should go in the next direction, it's just one of the other things I like to do on the side besides my full-time job, YouTube, art, social life. I guess I like to stay busy. So yeah, these are the prints that I've designed. This frame is actually just from IKEA, taking my favorite gaming franchise of all time, Zelda. I think that looks pretty dope, and I think that looks perfect in the studio. I'm pretty happy with how this guy came out. I've never created a website before, and I've had no kind of experience doing so. Wix is super easy to use. They have a ton of different options, tutorials, and kind of just a play-by-play how you can design your own website. You can see under the features what obviously different features they have, how much that will cost, and they also have different pricings depending on what you're looking to get. I personally was looking to have an online store / business, and this is what I really wanted, a seamless checkout process, something that was simple for you guys to kind of purchase these prints. Everything was secure, managed shipping and taxes. All of that is done by Wix here in the back end, and I don't really have to worry and sweat and waste any more time since I seem to have none these days. So coming to the main site page, this is where you're kind of greeted, and this is where you can see the options that you've set up for your own personal website. So for example, my site name, let's quickly edit that. That's obviously just gonna be called me. And you can see that my site address, unfortunately someone stole karlconrad.com. And Karl, Conrad, if you ever watch that, that's okay. You had first dibs to it. Mine is just karl-conrad.com, and you can see the plan that I've chosen is the e-commerce one. So here are some of the premium plans. These ones are particular to your e-commerce store. As I'm kind of just starting out, I thought the just unlimited store option was the best route for me to go. And the main thing you want to go to is the site editor, and this is where all the magic happens within Wix. You can see on the left-hand side, you have all of your different functions. So for example, if I were looking to change my background, I just have a teal background as it matches the prints. But if I wanted to have a rad snowboarder, maybe a swimmer, maybe even bananas, I can select that. Or you can choose to import your own photo from your photo library. Your options are essentially limitless, and these are some of the photos that you can see that I've kind of uploaded to my own site. Each of these little buttons here are all things that you can drag and drop. So for example, my name, Karl Conrad, is just set here. We've got the little social bar, which you can access my YouTube channel, Insta or Twitter page. Scrolling down, you can see that I have two different setups on my homepage, Zelda prints and Star Wars prints, and underneath that I have my social feed. So to add one of these options, there are three different components of this particular design. I've got an image, which happens to be one of my Zelda prints. I have a text box, which I've added Zelda prints, and I also have a button that links to the actual prints page. And you can control all of that within the link option. And here you can see where it will link to, so web address, email, page, and I'm gonna select the prints option page, and done. In controlling your actual pages, my website is super simple. It only has 5 different pages. Switching to the YouTube page, this is where I wanted to have, I guess, a link to not only my YouTube channel, and you can watch my latest videos. Once again, that's just adding the Wix video feed. So going on to plus, going on to video, and selecting the Wix video feed, and I've chosen the one with small little thumbnails underneath that have 3 different options. Once again, it's just a simple drag and drop, and I've connected my YouTube channel, and you can see how simple that is. And I've also added this little button on the side, just in case you aren't subscribed. You can click that to get notifications when I drop a new video. Going on to the third page, this is Going on to the third page, and this is the storefront. You can see that I've got the two different options, Zelda as well as the Star Wars prints. And when you hit manage products, this is where you're led to, I guess, all the different products that you have to sell. Here you can control the actual image, what's being displayed. You can control the price. So if I want to change that to 45 bucks, let's actually make that cheaper to $20. We can add a description. In my fourth page, this was just a quick about me. We've got my solid face in there. Once again, a photo that was just added. And moving on to the last page, this is simply just a contact me page. I kind of like that look. And here you have questions, FAQs, you can answer them. And those are all just pre-built little widgets that I've just dragged and dropped from this little addition here on the left-hand side. This is kind of your go-to. One little thing that I wanted to mention, just to check this out, it does have a mobile editor to see how this looks like on your mobile device, as that's super important. So I'm actually going to swap the location of these buttons. I think having the menu option on the right hand side, that's a bit more intuitive. So let's move that over here. That looks good. Quickly browse and kind of see what everything looks like. I'm liking that look there. And as we scroll, that looks good. My YouTube page has the little subscribe button on it, and plus you can watch the videos. That looks good. And maybe the most important part, the prints area. And maybe on the mobile site, I'm gonna have this actually centered in this location. Let's change that. Let's change the alignment to middle. Zelda prints, we'll change this. Change that settings option. This will be aligned. I think that looks pretty perfect. At the very end, all we have to do is just hit save and hit that publish button. And that is currently live now, so go check it out, Karl-Conrad.com. And I think that will pretty much wrap up this video, how I created my very own website using Wix. It was super simple, and I'm actually just so stoked that I can share some of these prints. And as a little bonus and kicker, just to say thanks to everyone, I know this took some time for me to make. These 3 prints will now just be given away to any of you lucky peeps. Just comment maybe down below on what prints you'd want to see. Just smash that like button and sub to the channel. Can't ask for anything more. If you want one of these puppies signed, I'm never good with this stuff. Would you want a signed photo? I can sign the back, the front. And in case any of you out there are planning to create your own website, highly recommend checking out Wix, as I've had no previous experience before. It's been super simple, I've had no headaches, and everything is essentially drag and drop. Hope to catch you guys though in one of my next episodes, one of my next vlogs, maybe somewhere on social telling me what prints I should make, somewhere over here on the internet. Peace.